The year was 2000 and Girlfriends was the heartbeat of TV. We grew up with them, but time waits for no one. In this exclusive look, we're revisiting the faces that shaped our youth to see the scars and the successes left behind. Some moments are beautiful, others are devastating, but all of them are real. Witness the powerful journey of the cast today, because some friendships last forever, but people change in an instant. Tracee Ellis Ross as Joan Carol Clayton. Born on October 29, 1972 in Los Angeles, California, the daughter of legendary Motown singer Diana Ross found her own spotlight in television. At the age of 27, Ross took on the starring role of Joan Carol Clayton in the hit sitcom Girlfriends, which premiered in the fall of 2000. Her portrayal of the quirky, successful attorney-turned-restaurant owner who was fiercely loyal to her friends became a cultural touchstone. The show was monumental in redefining the portrayal of black women on television, offering a prime-time depiction of modern, thriving female friendships that was both hilarious and profoundly relatable. Despite her character's infamous and often neurotic desperation to find a husband and get married, Tracee Ellis Ross is famously the polar opposite. Throughout her life, Ross has embraced being a happily single, child-free woman, actively advocating for self-love and finding fulfillment on her own terms rather than adhering to societal timelines. Her professional journey also faced significant hurdles. The end of Girlfriends brought a severe professional sting due to the 2007 to 2008 Writers Guild strike. The CW abruptly canceled the show during its 8th season. The cast was not formally given a chance to say goodbye. Ross, who was directing an episode during the strike, later revealed they were never able to film the final 13 episodes, leaving the cast and crew to fade away without a wrap party or a ceremonial series finale. Following the devastating cancellation, she faced the difficult task of escaping Joan's shadow and struggled for a few years to find another television hit of the same magnitude, starring in the short-lived sitcom Read Between the Lines, before fully regaining her primetime footing. Tracee Ellis Ross eventually struck television gold once again, starring as Dr. Rainbow Johnson on the critically acclaimed ABC sitcom Blackish from 2014 to 2022. The role earned her numerous accolades, including a Golden Globe and multiple NAACP Image Awards, firmly cementing her status as a television legend. Beyond acting, she expanded her empire into the beauty industry, launching her highly successful hair care line Pattern Beauty in 2019 to cater specifically to curly and coily hair types. She has also remained highly guarded about her romantic life, choosing instead to publicly champion women's empowerment and joyful living. At 53, she continues to thrive as an actress, producer, and entrepreneur, standing as a beloved and dynamic force in Hollywood. Jill Marie Jones as Toni Childs. Born on January 4, 1975, the Dallas, Texas native first worked as a professional cheerleader before finding her breakout success on the UPN sitcom Girlfriends. At the age of 25, Jones's portrayal of the hilariously self-absorbed and fashion-forward real estate agent became a cultural touchstone, offering a prime-time depiction of a fabulous, unapologetic, and fiercely loyal modern black woman that was both brilliantly sassy and deeply complex. For 6 seasons, her comedic timing and unforgettable diva persona defined a character that remains a beloved staple in black culture and one of television's most iconic figures. Despite the character's outrageously materialistic vein and extroverted nature, Jill Marie Jones is incredibly grounded, intensely private, and described by those who know her as the polar opposite of Toni Childs. This contrast was a significant part of her personal journey. She originally trained as a dramatic actress and didn't even realize she had comedic chops until she landed the role. Her career was also marked by the struggle of being typecast, which fueled her risky decision to abruptly leave the guaranteed success of Girlfriends after season 6 to avoid being forever married to the Toni persona. Her departure brought a professional sting of its own. Her gamble to pursue a film career initially made it difficult for her to find major mainstream success, facing the harsh realities of Hollywood and taking on smaller, short-lived projects while trying to step out of the massive shadow of her iconic television role. Jill Marie Jones continued to work in television and film for decades, though she proudly chose to never marry, valuing personal authenticity over traditional expectations while remaining a very private individual. She successfully returned to television with recurring roles as Cynthia Irving in Fox's supernatural thriller Sleepy Hollow from 2013 to 2015 and starred as Amanda Fisher in the Starz horror comedy series Ash vs. Evil Dead. Throughout the 2000s and 2000s, she took on starring roles in the web series Craig Ross Jr.'s Monogamy and appeared in dramas like OWN's Delilah and Showtime's The Chi. She also delighted audiences by reuniting with her former girlfriend's co-stars for a highly publicized 2019 guest appearance on the ABC sitcom Blackish. At 51, she is continuing to embrace her creative passions, expanding her repertoire by taking on complex roles in theatrical stage plays like Games Women Play and continuing to tell meaningful stories on screen. Persia White as Lynn Searcy. Born on October 25, 1972 in Miami, Florida, the actress and musician spent her early years in the Bahamas before returning to the United States to pursue the arts. At the age of 27, White's portrayal of the eclectic, fiercely independent, and bohemian perpetual student became a cultural touchstone, offering a prime-time depiction of alternative black womanhood that was both hilarious and significant. For 8 seasons, her carefree energy and unapologetic attitude defined a character that remains one of television's most iconic and refreshingly unconventional figures. Despite the character's chronic financial irresponsibility and seemingly ambitionless nature, Persia White is highly driven and motivated, though she authentically shares Lynn's vegan lifestyle and eccentric aura. This contrast was a significant part of her personal journey. While Lynn was often comfortably adrift, White is a passionate animal rights advocate, producer, and dedicated musician. Her career was also marked by the struggle of being typecast, which for a period made it difficult for her to find roles that didn't simply replicate the quirky alternative archetype she had perfected. The end of Girlfriends itself brought a professional sting. The show was abruptly canceled in 2008 amidst the Writers Guild of America strike, leaving the cast and fans devastated as it was pulled from the air without a proper series finale, a disheartening conclusion to an 8-season journey. Persia White continued to work in television, film, and music for decades, blending her passions for art and activism. She released her debut solo album, Mecca, in 2009, and took on the recurring role of Abby Bennett Wilson on the hit CW supernatural drama The Vampire Diaries in 2012. It was on this set that she met actor Joseph Morgan, whom she married in July 2014 in Jamaica. Throughout the 2010s and 2020s, she continued to act, produce, and actively support organizations like the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, while also reuniting with her former Girlfriends co-stars for a 2019 episode of Blackish and later brand campaigns. At 53, she remains happily married and active in the industry, standing as a beloved figure whose legacy continues to resonate with fans globally. Golden Brooks as Maya Wilkes. Born on December 1, 1970, in San Francisco, California, the classically trained dancer and actress first brought the beloved character of Maya Wilkes to life when the hit sitcom Girlfriends premiered in 2000. At the age of 29, Brooks's portrayal of the sharp-tongued, fiercely loyal, and unapologetically real legal assistant became a cultural touchstone. Maya represented the working-class, everyday black woman navigating marriage, motherhood, and personal ambition, making her incredibly relatable. With her unforgettable catchphrase, "Oh, hell no!" Brooks provided both hilarious comedic relief and profound emotional depth, helping to define a show that remains a seminal depiction of black female friendship and empowerment. Despite playing a character known for her initially unpolished demeanor and lack of formal higher education, Golden Brooks's real-life background was quite the opposite. She is highly educated, holding a bachelor's degree in literature and sociology from UC Berkeley and a master's degree from Sarah Lawrence College. This stark contrast meant Brooks had to tap into entirely different facets of her artistry to bring the sassy, street-smart Maya to life. After the show's long run, Brooks faced the professional hardship of typecasting, often having to fight against the industry's desire to box her into the loud sidekick trope. Furthermore, the end of Girlfriends brought a significant professional sting. The series was abruptly canceled during the 2007 to 2008 Writers Guild of America strike, denying the cast, crew, and fans a proper series finale after 8 groundbreaking seasons. Following the bittersweet end of the sitcom, Golden Brooks continued to work in film and television while navigating the shifting landscape of Hollywood. She embraced reality television by starring in the TV One docuseries Hollywood Divas, which candidly showcased her struggles with typecasting and her determination to revitalize her career. Over the years, she secured notable roles in projects such as the limited series I Am the Night, Lethal Weapon, and the sitcom Saturdays, proving her dramatic and comedic range. In her personal life, she shares a daughter, Dakota Tao, born in 2009, with her former partner, actor D.B. Woodside. At 55, she remains an active and respected figure in the entertainment industry, continuing to act and occasionally reuniting with her former Girlfriends castmates to celebrate the enduring legacy of the show. Jill Scott as Donna. Born on April 4, 1972 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Grammy-winning neo-soul artist expanded her creative repertoire when she guest-starred on the hit UPN sitcom Girlfriends in 2004. At the age of 31, Scott's portrayal of Donna Williams, William Dent's assertive and highly opinionated love interest, left a distinct mark on the show's fan base. Though she only appeared in a 4-episode arc during the 4th season, her character brought a vital tension to the beloved friend group by confronting Joan and William's overly codependent relationship. Donna's presence offered a memorable comedic disruption, proving that Scott possessed the natural acting chops to seamlessly pivot from the concert stage to primetime television. Despite Donna being written as abrasive, fiercely judgmental, and quick to anger, Jill Scott's real-life personality is widely celebrated as the polar opposite, soothing, deeply spiritual, and radiant with positive energy. Fans of the show often noted the amusing contrast between the character's relentless hostility and the singer's inherently calming, soulful aura. Beyond this brief sitcom role, Scott's professional journey encountered significant hurdles. In the music industry, she faced a bitter multi-year lawsuit and contract dispute with her former label, Hidden Beach Recordings, which stalled her recording career and forced a frustrating hiatus from releasing new music. Her burgeoning acting career also faced setbacks, most notably the sudden cancellation of her starring vehicle, HBO's The #1 Ladies Detective Agency. Despite Scott earning rave reviews and the show winning a Peabody Award, the expensive production was canceled after just 1 season following the tragic death of its creator, and low viewership abruptly halting what many considered her breakout acting role. Jill Scott persevered through these industry challenges to flourish as a multi-talented force in both music and television. She delivered acclaimed performances in Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married film series, portrayed James Brown's second wife in Get On Up, took on the villainous role of Lady Eve in the CW's Black Lightning, and starred in the BET Plus series First Wives Club. Alongside her thriving acting career, she continued to dominate the R&B charts, returning to her roots to release her highly anticipated 2026 album, To Whom This May Concern, following a long musical absence. Throughout her journey, she has remained deeply connected to her Philadelphia roots while raising her son, Jet. At 54, she is alive and well, continuing to balance a successful Hollywood career with her enduring legacy as a pioneering neo-soul queen. Keesha Sharp as Monica Brooks. Born on June 9, 1973 in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in Rochester, the talented actress and director had a strong background in musical theater before making her memorable transition to television. At the age of 29, Sharp first brought her character to life by joining the hit sitcom Girlfriends during its 3rd season in 2002. Her portrayal of the fiercely ambitious, impeccably dressed, and intensely confident Monica Charles Brooks became a pivotal part of the series. While initially introduced as an antagonistic love interest for William Dent, Monica evolved into a beloved core member of the friend group. The character added a distinct layer of upscale sophistication to the show, which remains a celebrated cultural touchstone for its hilarious and trailblazing depiction of black female friendship, career ambition, and prosperity. Despite the character's famously snobby, hyper-controlling, and uncompromisingly demanding nature, Keesha Sharp's real-life personality is a stark contrast. Colleagues and fans have frequently described her as incredibly warm, grounded, and sweet. Portraying a character who initially rubbed the core cast the wrong way was an artistic challenge, and Sharp occasionally had to fight against being typecast as the bougie villainess in the early stages of her career. The most significant professional hardship surrounding the role, however, was the devastating and abrupt end to Girlfriends itself. As a casualty of the 2007 to 2008 Writers Guild of America strike, the CW network suddenly canceled the series and refused to finance a proper series finale, leaving Sharp, her castmates, and a massive fan base completely without closure after a historic 8-season run. Keesha Sharp pushed past the heartbreak of the show's sudden cancellation and built a highly resilient, versatile career both in front of and behind the camera. She has enjoyed a long-lasting personal life, remaining happily married to actor and singer-songwriter Brad Sharp since 1997, with whom she shares a son, Solomon. At 52, she is thriving as a dynamic force in the entertainment industry and an accomplished television director. Over the years, she secured major series regular roles, starring as Gigi in the sitcom Are We There Yet?, playing Dale Cochran in the critically acclaimed anthology The People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story, and earning an NAACP Image Award nomination for her turn as Trish Murtaugh in the Fox reboot of Lethal Weapon. Most recently, she has continued to expand her acting footprint with roles in Power Book 2 Ghost and various thriller films, maintaining her status as a celebrated Hollywood staple. Richard T. Jones as Aaron Waters, born on January 16, 1972 in Kobe, Japan, while his father was playing professional baseball overseas. Richard T. Jones built a steady acting career before joining the cast of the 2000 hit sitcom Girlfriends. At the age of 34, Jones first took on the role of Aaron Waters, introducing a grounded, honorable, and deeply purposed character to the long-running series. As Joan Clayton's ultimate love interest, a man who rehabilitated homes in New Orleans following Hurricane Katrina and later deployed to Iraq, Aaron became a cultural touchstone. His presence offered a refreshing, realistic depiction of black love, providing an anchor of strength and healing that deeply resonated with the show's dedicated audience. While Aaron Waters was often portrayed as serious, traditional, and occasionally rigid, Richard T. Jones is known in his real life to be highly affable, extroverted, and deeply spiritual, balancing his natural warmth with his devout Christian faith. Despite his undeniable talent, Jones often found himself fighting against typecasting, frequently being boxed into roles as stern authority figures, police officers, or military men throughout his television career. His time on Girlfriends also ended with a professional sting. Due to the 2007 to 2008 Writers Guild of America strike and subsequent network budget cuts, the beloved series was abruptly canceled. The cast and crew were denied a proper series finale, learning that the show would not return to film, a resolution which left Joan and Aaron's long-awaited love story permanently unfinished. Richard T. Jones has continued to work extensively in both television and film, building a prolific and diverse resume while remaining a dedicated family man. He has been married to his wife Nancy since 1996, and together they share 3 children. Throughout the 2000s, he secured recurring and starring roles in major shows such as Hawaii 5-0, Narcos, and Santa Clarita Diet, and most notably found massive success starring as Police Lieutenant Wade Gray on the ABC hit drama The Rookie. At 54, he is alive and thriving as a highly respected figure in Hollywood, successfully maintaining a long-lasting career that has transcended his early sitcom days. Khalil Kain as Darnell Wilkes. Born on November 22, 1964 in Manhattan, New York, The actor stepped into his notable television role during the second season of Girlfriends in 2001. At the age of 36, Kain's portrayal of Darnell Wilkes, the hard-working and devoted blue-collar husband to Maya, became a cultural touchstone. His performance grounded the hit show with an authentic depiction of a working-class black man navigating marriage career aspirations and infidelity, offering a realistic dynamic that resonated deeply with viewers and solidified the character's legacy in 2000's sitcom history. Despite Darnell's traditional everyman persona and occasionally stubborn nature, Khalil Kain in real life is a deeply artistic, intellectual, and multifaceted creative known for his passion for spoken word poetry and the arts. This contrast mirrored his own professional journey in Hollywood. After his breakout role in the 1992 film, Juice, Kain faced the professional hardship of being typecast, which occasionally made it difficult for him to find diverse leading work outside of specific urban or supporting roles. The end of his tenure on television also brought a significant professional sting. Girlfriends was unceremoniously canceled in 2008 during the Writers Guild of America strike, leaving the cast without a proper series finale and abruptly halting their long-running journey. Following the show's abrupt end, Kain continued to pursue his passion for storytelling, acting in independent films, stage plays, and series like Bronx SIU, while branching out into producing and directing. He has managed to keep much of his personal life private, focusing his energy on his family, his music, and his poetry, rather than seeking the constant glare of the Hollywood spotlight. At 61, he is an active and respected figure in the entertainment industry, continually embracing new artistic challenges, while maintaining a strong connection to his loyal fan base and enduring legacy in black television. Reginald C. Hayes as William Dent. Born on July 15, 1969 in Chicago, Illinois, the actor brought the charismatic attorney William Dent to life when Girlfriends premiered in 2000. At the age of 31, Hayes's portrayal of the wealthy, pompous, yet deeply lovable mama's boy quickly made him a fan favorite. Often regarded as the fifth girlfriend of the tight-knit group, William Dent offered a hilarious, dry-witted, and loyal male perspective. The character became an essential pillar of the show's massive cultural impact, helping to define early 2000s television with a memorable depiction of black professional success and emotional vulnerability. Despite William Dent's supreme confidence and lucrative career, Reginald C. Hayes's real-life personality and circumstances often stood in stark contrast. While his character was highly assertive, Hayes has described his true self as quiet, shy, and even like a mouse or a pushover, despite his imposing 6'2" stature. His personal journey was heavily shaped by the profound early trauma of losing both of his parents by the age of 14. Professionally, the abrupt cancellation of Girlfriends in 2008 without a proper series finale brought a devastating halt to his career momentum. Hayes struggled immensely to find acting work afterward, openly expressing that doors did not automatically open for him as they did for stars of other major sitcoms. The lack of roles led to severe financial difficulties. He was forced to sell his home, eventually moved into his sister's garage, and attempted day jobs like moving furniture and bouncing at clubs, which proved impossible because fans continually recognized him. At 56, Reginald C. Hayes continues to navigate the complexities of life post-stardom while managing significant health challenges. In recent years, he has openly discussed his ongoing battle with congestive heart failure and recurrent hospital stays. Despite these sobering hardships, Hayes has persevered, taking on occasional television roles over the years in shows like Heart of Dixie and Black Lightning. He remains deeply appreciative of the life-changing opportunity he had on Girlfriends, finding a renewed sense of pride and a warm reception from fans as the iconic series has gained an entirely new generation of viewers through streaming platforms. Jason Pace as Dr. Todd Garrett. Born on January 24, 1974 in Staten Island, New York, the actor first brought his most memorable character to life on the hit UPN/The CW sitcom Girlfriends during its third season. At the age of 28, Pace stepped into the role of Dr. Todd Garrett, the earnest Jewish Beverly Hills plastic surgeon who falls for and eventually marries the fabulous self-absorbed Tony Childs. His character provided a hilarious and poignant exploration of interracial relationships, religious differences, and class dynamics on a show that served as a prime-time cultural touchstone. For several seasons, his presence as a grounding force for Tony and his chemistry with the core ensemble left a lasting impact on the show's devoted fan base. Despite playing a sometimes high-strung, emotionally exhausted doctor who endured a tumultuous marriage and a bitter custody battle on screen, Jason Pace is known off-camera as an intensely grounded, warm, and devoted family man. The transition following his time on the show wasn't without its hurdles. Pace faced the professional challenge of being typecast in awkward medical professional or medical outsider tropes, which made securing diverse on-screen leading roles difficult in the immediate years after his departure. Furthermore, Girlfriends itself suffered a disheartening professional sting when the 2007 to 2008 Writers Guild of America strike led to its abrupt cancellation, denying the cast and its loyal audience the series finale they had earned. Pace ultimately found significant success by pivoting his career toward the voice acting industry, lending his varied talents to major animated franchises and blockbusters. His voice work can be heard in films such as Happy Feet 2, Sing the Cars 3, and the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water, as well as top-tier video games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. He also appeared in the reality series Raising Whitley alongside his close friend Kim Whitley, and maintained a connection to his soap opera roots from Passions. Off-screen, he has focused heavily on his personal life and his marriage to Aussie Pace. At 52, he remains a prolific force in the voiceover world while raising his daughter Sarah and his two sons Jake and Dean, continuing to celebrate the enduring legacy of the sitcom that made him a household name. Cee Cee Michaela as Yvonne Blackwell. Born on May 1, 1970 in Hickory, North Carolina, the multi-talented actress, singer, and dancer first made a name for herself on Broadway before transitioning to television. At the age of 30, Michaela's portrayal of the feisty and unpredictable police officer Yvonne Blackwell on the hit sitcom Girlfriends became a fan favorite. Yvonne brought a uniquely zany and playful energy to the series, offering a comedic yet grounded representation of an independent black woman working in law enforcement. Though she was a recurring character who captured the heart of William Dent, her dynamic presence left a lasting cultural impact on the beloved 2000s series, making her one of its most memorable figures. Despite playing a wild, secular, and uninhibited crazy cop Cee Cee, Michaela's real-life personality was rooted in deep Christian faith modesty and a strict adherence to personal purity. This stark contrast ultimately sparked a profound professional crisis. During her time on the show, Michaela was handed a script containing sexual situations and dialogue that directly conflicted with her religious values. When producers refused her requests to alter the storyline, she faced the daunting hardship of giving up a highly successful television gig. Michaela voluntarily walked right off the Paramount set, packing up her dressing room in 15 minutes. This bold exit effectively derailed her rising Hollywood trajectory and made finding subsequent mainstream work difficult, as she flatly refused to accept the highly sexualized roles the industry often typecast women in, choosing instead to step away from secular entertainment. After leaving Hollywood behind, Cee Cee, Michaela found a deeper calling in ministry and holistic wellness. She founded the God's Girl Network to mentor young women and later became a prominent motivational speaker, weight loss coach, and the creator of the holistic health brand Zuliana Nutrition, affectionately earning the moniker the Harriet Tubman of Health. In 2017, she married Pastor Wilbert Floyd after a courtship anchored by their shared commitment to abstinence and faith. At 55, she remains a passionate evangelist and wellness advocate, traveling the country to educate thousands on disease prevention and clean eating, having successfully traded the spotlight of television for a fulfilling life of service. Randy J. Goodwin as Davis Hamilton. Born Ivan Jerome Goodwin on December 24th, 1967 in Omaha, Nebraska, the actor found his breakthrough television role when he was cast in the hit UPN sitcom Girlfriends in 2000. At the age of 32, Goodwin brought to life the character of Davis Hamilton, the handsome and charismatic owner of the upscale restaurant 847, the main hangout spot for the show's core group of women. His portrayal offered a prime-time depiction of a successful, grounded black entrepreneur, and his magnetic will-they-won't-they chemistry with the lead character Joan made him an immediate fan favorite. Davis quickly became a cultural touchstone within the series, providing a strong, suave male presence that perfectly counterbalanced the dynamic energy of the predominantly female ensemble. Despite the smooth-talking and universally confident persona he projected as Davis, Randy J. Goodwin's real-life journey in Hollywood was marked by intense internal conflict and a stark contrast to the typical industry mold. Raised in a strict Pentecostal church in the Midwest, Goodwin was a man of deep faith and unyielding moral values which often put him at odds with the demands of show business. He actively pushed back against industry pressures, famously refusing lucrative roles that he felt compromised his integrity or required him to cross personal boundaries. This unwavering stance brought significant professional hardships. He frequently lost out on parts and found himself having to navigate the volatile cycle of short-lived shows, such as his starring roles on Abby and Fast Track, both of which faced early cancellations and hustling for sporadic guest appearances after his Girlfriends character was written out as a regular following the first season. Behind the scenes, he also battled profound personal struggles, including 2 divorces, a painful separation from his children, and a challenging period of spiritual deconstruction before ultimately renewing his faith. In his later years, Goodwin successfully reinvented himself behind the camera, transitioning into a writer-director and producer to create content on his own terms. He founded Fallen Giant Films and returned to his roots in Omaha, Nebraska, striving to build an independent film industry and studio infrastructure away from Hollywood's politics. He produced and directed faith-based films like The Job and the sports documentary Look Like Somebody, and spearheaded a 2026 documentary honoring his late friend and fellow daytime television actor, Christophe St. John. At 58, he remains highly active in the entertainment industry, as both a filmmaker and a mentor, occasionally acting in hit shows like The Rookie and Dynasty. Embracing his multifaceted life, Goodwin also serves as a Sunday school teacher, dedicating his time to his community and proving that one can achieve enduring success in Hollywood without sacrificing their soul. Looking back at the cast of Girlfriends reminds us that while the fashion changes and the years pass, the bond of true friendship remains timeless. These women weren't just characters, they were reflections of our own lives and aspirations. As we celebrate their journeys today, we invite you to share your favorite memories of the show. Which character resonated with you the most? Drop a comment below to join the conversation and subscribe for more nostalgic deep dives.